Hi everyone, it's day 17 of beginning a new day. We're going to jump right into it. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it or use it for good. What I do today is important because I am exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving in its place something I have traded for it. I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I should not regret the price that I paid for it. I love starting the day that way. It's a little bitter cold in Minnesota today. 6 degrees is the outdoor temperature. It's a little chilly out in my garage today. You're probably wondering why the hell I record in my garage, but in my car. It's the quietest spot in my house. I've got 2 people sleeping in the house as we speak, and if I'm talking, there's a good chance my son, who has very keen hearing and wakes up at the slightest sound, would wake up, and that just wouldn't be good for anybody. So I'm out in the car and I'm recording in the car. I actually like it. I walked out of the house into the garage and the cold air hit me, and it was instant wake up call, which is helpful when you're trying to record a video every morning at 6 a.m. So here we are. To-dos. I had one to do, and that was to dig into Premiere Pro. Finally, Seth busted my chops yesterday. He's like, how many times are you going to tell us you're going to try that? Well, I actually did something with it yesterday. It turns out that Creative Cloud is a hefty tool with a lot of cool tools in it. It took some time to get it on my computer. It took some time to get Premiere Pro on my computer. So after about 45 minutes of dinking around trying to get it on my computer, I finally did. I got a video uploaded. It was just a play around video, and I didn't tinker around too much. I tried to do a couple of the things that Seth did, and I don't think I did them right. He had shown me a couple of tips and tricks. I don't think I did them right, so I'm not going to talk about them. But I got in there. It's on my computer. I started playing around, so that's a good thing. More to come on that one, because that's a very robust video editing tool, and I'll probably be mentioning that quite a few times as time goes on. The other things that I worked on, because I did have some other tasks that I took care of, I started my Google My Business. So I went to Google My Business and I set up my business account on there. If you haven't done that as a small business side hustler kind of person, and you haven't established your Google My Business online, do that. It's a very important SEO aspect of your business. Make sure you set that account up. Make sure you go in and fill in as much detail as you're able to do so. If you do not have a physical address location, like me, I'm an online store, basically, and I'm working out of my house. So I don't really want everybody to know my home address. Google will allow you to include your address, but don't put in your street address, and you should be fine. I only use the United States, right? So when you're filling that out, just make sure you do that if you work out of your home and you don't have a physical address that people would be visiting. You don't want to put that out there. So how it works is, once you complete that profile online, what Google's going to do is they're going to request to mail you, and they send you a little postcard. And on there, it's going to be a code that you're going to have to go in and verify your physical address. So to give you a Google My Business profile, they have to confirm you have a physical address, you're actually real, and you have to get that mailed to your physical address, and then go online and enter a code to verify that you received it, and everything is good to go. So I have to wait. They said 4 to 5 days to get that verification. So I'll be on the lookout, waiting for that, and that will be once I get that, it'll finalize the setup of the Google My Business. I didn't double check. I should have. I believe my Google My Business is currently live online. It just hasn't been verified. So once the verification process happens, that is when the SEO signals will begin, and it'll help my online, it'll help True Mydentity's online presence. So again, if you're a side hustler, you haven't done that yet, go do that. It was funny, I had a brief conversation with Bob Stanky yesterday. He had placed an order a couple of days ago, like I informed you guys, and he said, hey, my shirts are in the mail and I'm going to get them soon. You got your Google My Business set up so I can leave a review? I was like, yeah, I was already on it. I knew he was going to ask me that. And another tip for any side hustlers, if you do get customers purchasing your products or your services, somewhere in your communication with them, ask them to leave a review on Google My Business once you get that set up. That is what Google wants in that, for that profile that they're giving you on Google. That is what they want. They want your physical information for your address, and they want people to review your products and services so they can help understand what's going to be relevant for visitors to Google. Very good SEO juice for you. So when you get the opportunity for somebody who's purchased a product or service from you, make sure that you're asking them to do a review. One thing to note on that, not everybody can do a Google review. You have to have a Gmail account set up with them. So you have to set up a Google account in order to in order to submit a Google review for a business online. So don't get frustrated if not everybody jumps online to do a review for you. One, human nature is it's not a common practice for most people to submit a review online. There are some very passionate people who like to share their experience with others. Bob Stanky is a great example. He does it with pretty much everything, and he's kind of he's in love with Google, so he'll do anything Google. But there's a lot of people out there who have a Gmail account set up, and they will hop online and submit a review regarding their experience. So it never hurts to ask any customer who has purchased a product to just hop online and do a review for you. You never know if they will or not, so ask everybody. All right, so that covers that. And I also did, excuse me, I also worked on Valentine's Day promo. So after recording the video yesterday morning, I realized time is running short on getting something together for Valentine's Day. So I really want to run a Valentine's Day promo. I really want to run it for about a week. I really want to run it on Facebook and Instagram. And in order to do that, I need to get creative materials put together and some imagery. So Sarah, I submitted a request for some images to Sarah, my wife, last night, or yesterday morning, and she was nice enough to sit down and work with me on finding some images last night. So I think we've got some good candidates for some images to use. That in and of itself, finding good imagery to use for your products and brands and services, that's a time-consuming task. Because you want to represent your customers well. You want to represent your brand well. So it takes some time and it takes some thinking to try to find a shirt that's going to work for all of your picture that's going to work for all of your services and products, and how it fits within that customer audience and how they're being portrayed. So it's like marketing brand 101 is trying to figure out what your customer needs to see, needs to read, needs to hear, needs to understand the benefits of what you are offering them. So it starts with a picture in this case. So we spent some time on that. I think we've narrowed it down to about 3 or 4 legit options at this point. I'm going to give my feedback to her today, and she's going to probably help build those out for me, given if she has time. I mean, she's got a side hustle, and she's trying to be a mother, and she's trying to maintain the house, and I mean, she's busy too. So, and she's working freelance jobs. I mean, so she's crazy busy. So the fact she's even helping me with this is very, very cool to me. So there's more to come on that. I hope to get that promotion up and running next Wednesday. That is, I believe, the 22nd of January. And some of you might be asking, why the hell are you going to run a promo so early for Valentine's Day? Well, when you are in the small printing, fulfillment, shipping business that I am, in order to keep costs down, I have to rely on a third-party printer. I have to rely on a third-party fulfillment and inventory session or location, and I have to rely on a standard ground shipping. So it's the most affordable for all of those things. It's also the longest time to get something printed and shipped. So I need to give customers 12 days in order to receive their product, just in case something happens and they need it for that event. So Valentine's Day, for example, February 14th, I need 12 business days where I can't accept any orders in order for somebody to receive it by Valentine's Day, just to be safe, because I don't want them to not have the gift or not have whatever they're ordering for somebody on Valentine's Day. So that means in order to run a week promotion, I have to start on the 22nd and end it by the 30th, 31st to get that to them. Because again, it's business days, 12 business days. So keep those things in mind if you're trying to put together promotional efforts for yourself. One thing you don't want to do is not deliver a product for somebody who needs it for a certain occasion. So it's just be mindful of that if that's something that you're getting into from a side hustle standpoint. So I've got a lot cooking right now, and many more to-dos, and they're going to be kind of over a period of a few days, so I'll probably be referencing these things. Who am I going to give a little appreciation to? I'm going to give a little appreciation to my wife, Sarah. She didn't even question, anything that I sent her yesterday morning. She pretty much jumped in and started looking at pictures. I don't think she's thrilled to do it. Because one, she's not getting paid for it, and two, she's got a lot of other projects that she's working on now, including her own side hustle, and she has some coming, like today. I think she has like additional projects for a client she just picked up that's coming today. So for her to spend time on it late last night, by the way, at 9:10, I think she worked on it from till probably 10:30, 11 o'clock last night. As I was falling asleep, to be even a bigger jerk, but I couldn't stay awake. So she put some images together for me last night, and I just owe her a big thank you, because one, she's my go-to graphic design person, but two, she really kind of steps up and just helps me when she needs to. She may not always like it, but she does it. And she understands the value in what I'm trying to do and what this could potentially become. So I know she's willing to put the time in. It's just, it's a struggle because there isn't a lot of time. So for her to do it for me is, it's pretty cool from a professional standpoint, and just from a spouse standpoint. One, she married me. That's a big thing. She's raising my children. She's a great woman. I got pretty damn lucky. So thank you, honey, for helping me with, pretty much everything. But in this instance, you just kind of stepped in and did it. And I just wanted to say thank you in particular for this project, and everything else. So to-dos. I have a couple to-dos actually that I need to note. But one is, go out and get a hard drive. I need a hard drive to house all of the video that I have. Each of these videos is about 1 gigabyte of memory, and it's eating up a ton of memory on my phone and my laptop. So I need an external hard drive. Probably gonna get a terabyte hard drive that can house all of these videos. Because if I plan on recording 365 flipping videos, I'm gonna need a lot of memory. So I need to go get that. It's also going to help me work with Premiere Pro, so my computer doesn't struggle to house these videos and run all of the Creative Suite programs. So it's just going to make it easier on production time. Won't drag as much. It's going to be a struggle anyway. Production time is going to be a little bit of a struggle because the Creative Cloud programs like Premiere Pro, they're hefty programs and they're very complex, and if you don't have an extremely powerful computer, they can slow it down. So your process becomes much slower. So I need the hard drive to help with all that good stuff. So I'm going to order that today. That's one of my to-dos. I'm going to get 2 new products up. I didn't do any new products last night, but I'm going to add 2 tonight. And if I get a chance, hopefully, and if Sarah's willing, we can iron out a little bit more on the imagery that we can use for the Valentine's Day promo next week. So those are my to-dos. The word of the day, and this is for my wife. I don't have this word on True Mydentity right now, but I'm going to add it. It's going to jump up the rankings of my SEO list, if you will, as far as what products get added to the website. So I'm going to skip this one. Sarah and I have been talking about this one for a while because I asked her a while back to, figure out what word best defines her identity. And she's kind of narrowed it down to a few, but one she keeps coming back to a lot is wholehearted. And she is wholehearted. I would definitely apply that to her identity. So the word for today is wholehearted. And basically what that means is you are a positive, earnest, committed person to pretty much everything. And that fits her to a T. I mean, I just informed you of how she is helping me with everything, and she's committed to me, and she's committed to our family, and she's committed to doing things well and being positive to the best of her ability. And I mean, I lucked out. I mean, I'm going to be honest. She's an amazing woman. So when I think of her in perspective of wholeheartedly, she will be the first one to offer an ear. She'll be the first one to want to work something out. She'll be the first one to offer suggestions of how we could do things. And I'm talking about having fun with the kids, or adding a new thing to the house, or trying to figure out how to resolve an issue. I mean, she's very earnest in what she does, and she tries to approach things from positive. She hates negative. I mean, she hates negative, and she tries to approach things from a positive standpoint. She's a big influence on my life. She's a part of the reason why True Mydentity is coming to be. She's a believer in it too. She thinks that there is a big need for positive things in this world, and products like True Mydentity offers. But she just has a big heart, who cares and who wants to do the best for everybody, and she's committed to doing that. We're working with a 3-year-old right now. We're trying to get him to better understand. He's 3. I mean, we gotta have to cut ourselves some slack, but better understand when he's asked to do something that he needs to do that, versus do whatever it is that he thinks he wants to do. So the struggle is super real for Sarah. He's pretty disrespectful with her sometimes, and apparently yesterday was one of those challenging days. I'm going to give credit to Sarah, though, because she is committed to figuring this out, and she's attending classes, she's watching webinars, she's having conversations with other mothers and other parents, and she loves that boy, and she really wants to, help him become a really cool guy and a positive young man. And again, she struggles with the negatives, so she's really trying to put the positive spin on things. So she's a wholehearted woman, and I love her. And if you know a wholehearted person, give them a hug today, because they're an important person in your life. And that's it, guys. I'm Luke Felber with TrueMydentity.com. You can subscribe to my channel, or you can visit TrueMydentity.com to reveal your true identity. Have a great day.